Maria and Jenna both make $72,000 a year. Same job title, same company, same city. They started the same month, 5 years ago. If you looked at their paychecks side by side, you couldn't tell them apart. But when they retire, one of them will have about $2 million more than the other. Not because she got a raise Jenna didn't get. Not because she inherited money, because of one decision she made in her first year that Jenna never even thought about. Let's set the scene fairly. Both women are 27, both have $8,000 in savings. Both have student debt about $22,000 at 5% interest. Neither owns a home, neither has kids yet. On paper, they are the same person wearing a different name tag. Here's where it splits. In her first month at the job, Maria opens her 401k paperwork and actually reads it. Her company matches 4% of her salary if she contributes 4% herself. She sets it to 4%, then bumps it to 10% because she read somewhere that future you will thank her. She barely notices the money leaving her paycheck. It just stops showing up. Jenna gets the same paperwork. She skims it, thinks, I'll deal with this later, and throws it in a drawer. She's not being irresponsible. She's 27, rent is due, her car needs new tires, retirement is 40 years away, and 40 years might as well be never. For the first 2 years, nothing about this looks like a big deal. Maria has maybe $9,000 in her account. Jenna has zero. Neither of them feels rich or poor. They go to the same happy hours. They split the same appetizers. If you asked either of them how they were doing financially, they'd both say, fine. By year 3, Maria's account has grown to about $19,000. Her company match alone has added nearly $6,000 of free money she never had to earn. Jenna finally sets up her 401k 3 years late at just 3% because 10% feels like too much to give up right now. She starts from zero while Maria is already accelerating. Here's the part nobody explains well. Those first few years don't matter because of the amount. $9,000 isn't life-changing money. They matter because of the runway. Every dollar Maria put in during year 1 has 3 extra decades to compound compared to a dollar Jenna puts in during year 4. Compounding doesn't care how disciplined you are later. It cares how early you started. By year 5, today, Maria has about $54,000 in her account, boosted by contributions, by the match, and by average market returns of around 8 to 10% a year. Jenna has about $11,000. The gap is only $43,000 right now. It doesn't feel dramatic. Maria isn't driving a nicer car. She isn't posting vacation photos Jenna can't afford. The difference is invisible, sitting quietly in an account neither of them looks at more than once a quarter. Let's fast forward, because this is where the story actually happens. By year 15, Maria has stayed at 10%, gotten a couple of raises, and bumped her contribution slightly each time. Her balance sits around $310,000. Jenna, still contributing 3%, sitting around $85,000. The gap has widened to roughly $225,000. Jenna starts to notice. She increases her contribution to 6%, feeling behind, trying to catch up. But here's the brutal math. Dollars invested at 42 don't have the same runway as dollars invested at 27. She's not just behind in balance, she's behind in time. And time is the one thing money can't buy back. By year 25, Maria's account, compounding quietly the entire way, has crossed $980,000. She never made a dramatic move. She never picked a hot stock. She just never stopped, and she never reduced her rate when life got expensive. Jenna's account, despite her catch-up effort, sits around $340,000. The gap is now $640,000, and it's accelerating, not shrinking, because compounding grows faster the larger the base gets. By retirement, year 35. At age 62, Maria's account is sitting at approximately $2.6 million. Jenna's is around $650,000. The difference between two women who earned the exact same salary their entire careers, who worked the same hours, who never won the lottery or got some secret advantage, just under $2 million. Here's what makes this uncomfortable. Jenna didn't do anything reckless. She didn't blow money on nonsense. She paid her bills. She was responsible in every way society tells you to be responsible. Her mistake wasn't a bad decision. It was a decision she never made at all. Nobody sits you down at 27 and forces you to think about age 62. The paperwork sits in a drawer, and drawers are where futures quietly go to die. Now, let's be fair to Jenna's side of this, because the story isn't as simple as Maria wins, Jenna loses. Maria's decision came with a cost, too. Every dollar she put into that 401k in her 20s was a dollar she didn't spend building an emergency fund, didn't spend traveling while she was young and had the energy for it, didn't spend on experiences she can never get back at 27. Money compounds. So does time you don't get to relive. If Maria had a emergency in year 2 and had no cash cushion because it was locked in a retirement account, she could have gone into high-interest debt to cover it, quietly erasing years of that same compounding advantage. This is the actual lesson, and it's more useful than just save more. It's not about maximizing one number, it's about not leaving free money and free time on the table by accident rather than by choice. Maria didn't beat Jenna by being smarter with money. She beat her by making one 5-minute decision in her first month of work and then never touching it again. Jenna didn't lose by being careless. She lost by treating a 5-minute decision as a someday decision, and someday quietly turned into 15 years. If there's a number you should calculate tonight, it's this one. What does your company match, and are you actually getting all of it? Because if you're not, you are handing back guaranteed risk-free money that would have compounded for decades, and no stock pick, no side hustle, no raise will ever make up for money you refused for free. The real gap between Maria and Jenna was never about income. It was never about willpower either. It was about one form, filled out early instead of late, and 40 years of quiet math doing exactly what it always does, rewarding whoever showed up first and charging whoever waited.